Hey guys, welcome to SS Unitech. Susil this side, and this is continuation of Power BI projects. So today we are going to discuss one more project in the Power BI, and this is based on the Olympic Games. So here we are having the data set from last 120 years, and by using that data set, we have designed this dashboard. So let's get started and try to understand about this dashboard. So first of all, here we are having four filters. As you can see, first is the country, second is the year, then here we are having the gender, which is male and female. Below of that we are having the seasons. So we have two seasons, as you have already know, I guess, for the Olympic Games. So first is summer and second is the winter. So we have these four filters by which we can filter the dashboard. After that, in the right top you can see we are using three cards. So first card is going to show the value for the count of gold medals, and then silver medals, then bronze medals. So we are having these three cards by which we can check the value. After that, here go to on the left side, and below of the filter we can see the youngest medalist. So here we can see the name Dimitrios. So he is the youngest medalist who got the medal in the age of 10, and he got only one medal. So that is going to display on these three cards. So as of now you have seen we are using six cards, three cards for the gold, silver and bronze total count, and three cards for the youngest medalist name, then total medal, then age. So by using DAX formula we'll create all these cards. After that, go to on the tree map chart. So here we are going to display the value for the top 5 countries by medals. And after that, go to on the bottom left side, we can see gender and country wise medal count. So United States is the highest count, so it is in the green color and then yellow. And if we go on the right side, then we should see the red color. So the count is very less, that's why we cannot see this properly. After that, in the middle bottom we can see sport wise medal count. So here we can see the sports, that is first of all we can see the athletic and the bronze, gold and silver. So we can see all these counts, and if we scroll on the right side we can also see the total value of the count. In the right side we can see player wise medal count. So here we can see the list of the players and how many medals he got. So first of all, as we can see, we are having the Michael Fred. So he got the medal 28. So highest count in the history of the Olympic Games. So he is in the top one, and total 23 gold medals, 3 silver medals and 2 bronze medals we can see. And if we filter this data up to 2016 only, so here we can see we have only one session, that is the summer, and youngest medalist that we can see Ren, and age that is 15, and total medal 2 medals he got. And in the right side we can see again Michael Fred, so 5 gold medals in the 2016 only, and 1 silver medal, total 6 medals he got. And here if we see, first we are having the athletic, second we have swimming, then rowing, then football, hockey, all these sports, and the total count of the medals like 192, then 191, 144, then 106 and all. So this we need to create by using the source that we have. So before going to design this dashboard, let's have a quick look of the source. So our source is in Excel file. So this is the Excel file, and here we are having the data for 120 years of the Olympic history. So first column, which is indicating the ID, then the name, then year, then season, which is a summer and winter only. Then we can see the city, then sports. So in the sports we can see the basketball, judo, then we can see the football and other games. Then events, we can see this. In the right side we can see the medal. So in the medal we need to concentrate only the gold medal, bronze medal and silver medal. If we are having any NA which is not available, so we need to remove those in the data set. And if we go on the left side on this, then we can also see the year, as we have already seen, then the games, which is the concatenate between year and season, then NOC, then teams. So this is the country of that player. Go to on the left side, we can see the weight of that player, then the height of that player, then the age on that particular year. Like if we see 1992, then age of the player on that year, so it is 24. Then the gender, which is the male or female, then name and ID. So these are the total columns that we have. So by using this data set, we need to create the beautiful dashboard that we have already seen, like this one. So go to on the training one and try to get this data into the Power BI desktop, and after that try to design this dashboard. So go to on the Power BI desktop with the blank one. So this is the training one. First of all, here we don't have anything. So now we need to get the data. So we directly click on the get data, or we can directly click on this import data from Microsoft Excel file. Here we need to select the file and we can click on the open. So it will take few seconds, so we need to wait. So here, as you can see, we are having four tables. First is athlete events, after that the country definitions, and the other two are the same. So I am very happy to use the athlete events, so we can select that, and after that we need to click on load. So it will be loaded into Power BI desktop. So we need to wait few seconds, that dataset will be loaded. So now data has been loaded successfully. First of all, if we see in the existing one, so here we are having this image, which is the Olympic image. So you can directly download this from the Google and you can use this in your dashboard. So go to the training one and try to get this image. So here go to on the insert and try to click on the image. So we need to select the image and we directly click on the open. So this image should be loaded in your Power BI desktop. Now we can make it little bit smaller like this. So this is the image. After that we need to get the slicers that we have. So first we have the country slicer. So let me click on the slicer. Second, we have the year slicer. So we can click on the year. Third, we have the gender slicer, and the last we have the season slicer. So we have total 4 slicers. Let me put it on the top side and make it a little bit smaller, and we need to drag and drop the team over here. So we can see the team. So this will have the country name. Go to on this, and in the right side we can see this down arrow. We can click on that and make it as drop down instead of list. So we have this in the drop down. Now we can check the values of the countries. So these are the countries as we have. Now go to on the format of this and try to do the formatting. So first of all, go to on the background color of this and try to use the background color as gray. Now go to on the title of this and try to use the title as country. So we can call this as country. After that, go to below of this, the background color that we want to use this dark blue. The font color that should be white. That looks good. After that, go to on the slicer header. So we don't want to see the slicer header. Now go to on the items. So in the items, we want to see this as font color should be black. So we can use the black, and the background color that should be white. So we can select white. Now it looks good. We can make it little bit smaller and smaller from the right side as well. Now go to on the second slicer and try to configure that. So make it smaller from the bottom and make it bigger. Now we need to have the year. So here we have the column year. So we can directly drag and drop in the fields. So it should have the year like this. Now go to on this country and try to use the format of this in the year slicer. So here we can see this. Go to on the format and try to do the formatting. Go to on the title. So in the title, this should be year. So we can call this as year. After that, go to on the numeric inputs, and font color, it should be black, and the background color that should be white. So we can set that. So now it looks good, and we can also make it little bit smaller from the right side. Now we need to configure the third one, that is the gender. So we can directly put it here and make it little bit smaller, and like this. Now here we need to drag and drop the gender, so we can directly drag and drop it here. Go to on the format, and here we can see the slicer header, so we don't want to see that. Now go to on the journal. In the journal we can see the orientation, so it should be horizontal instead of vertical, so it should be good. Now we can little bit smaller, and here go to on the items, and in the items the font color that should be white, and the background color that should be dark blue, I guess. And we can also increase the text size. Now go to on the journal, and here we are having an option for responsive, so we can off that. So now we can see the male and female. The last that we need to configure for the season, so we can put it below of that and try to make it smaller from the right side. And here we need to drag and drop the season. First of all, go to on the field, and here we can drag and drop the season. Now we can go to on the first one and try to use the same formatting for the second one. So now it looks good, like we are having the male and female, then we have the summer and winter. So now we have configured about the filters. Next thing that we need to configure for 3 cards, so that will have the gold, silver and bronze. So how we can do that? So first of all, go to on the insert, and here go to on the shapes and try to add a oval. Now we can put it on the right side of this slicer like this, and we can also make it little bit smaller from the bottom side. Now let me copy this and paste one more time. So second, that should be for the silver, and third, that will be for the bronze. So we can try to copy it and paste one more time, put it on the right side. So now we have 3 ovals. First will be gold, then silver, then bronze. So let me click on the first, and here go to on the fill. In the fill we want to see as gold color. Second, it is already in the silver. Go to on the last one, and here let me try to use the brown color. That will be for the bronze. Now let me add 3 cards. Click on the card. So this is the first one, and try to put above of that. Now here let me try to drag and drop the medal. So as you can see the medal, now we can use the count. So this will have the total count. Now go to on the format and go to on the data label, and here we need to decrease the size of this, so it should be 25 instead of 45. Now here display unit, it should be none. And one more thing that we need to take care, go to on the filter, try to drag and drop the medal on the filter on this page. So it will be going to filter on this page. We need to select everything except this not available. Now here count of the medal, so we need to count the medal for the gold only. So we can drag and drop it here, and let me select only gold. So now we can see the count of the gold. Now here go to on the background color, we can off that, and here we can also go to on the data label, and here let me try to change the font family, that should be Arial, and go to on the category. So here in the category we can see the color, it should be black. After that go to on the fields, instead of count of the medal we can rename this as gold. So now we can see the count of the gold. Let me try to copy this and paste one more time and put it on the right side of this for the silver. Try to copy this and paste one more time for the bronze. Go to on the silver. First of all, try to rename this as silver. Now go to on the format, and here we don't need to change anything. Just go to on the filter and here we need to select silver instead of the gold. Now in the third one we need to select the bronze instead of the silver. So here we have selected all these, so not on this page, on this card only. So here let me select bronze instead of the gold. Go to on the fields and here try to rename this as bronze. Now we can off this and go to the format, just try to change this as white of this font color, and also in the category. So now it looks good. We can also increase the size of this, and we can also make it bold, so that you can do on your own. So here we have done about these three cards. Next thing that we need to take care, go to on the existing one, and here we are having this tree map chart. So in this tree map chart we are going to show top 5 countries by medals. So now go to on the training one and try to have a tree map and put it over here. Try to make it bigger like this and like that. Now here in the group we need to show about the teams, that will be the country. So we can directly drag and drop the teams in the group. Second, in the values we want to see the count of the medal, so we can drag and drop the medal, and here we can see the count of the medal. Now go to on the filter. Now here we need to see the data for top 5 country only. So how we can do that? In the filter we need to drag and drop the country, so that will be the team. So we can drag and drop it here, and instead of the basic filtering we want to use the top n, and we want to see the top 5 country only. So what is the value? So that will be the count of the medal. Now here instead of first we need to use the count and put apply filter. Now this will be filtered, and now we can see the value, that is the United States, then other countries. Now we need to off this category and go to on the title. So we want to see the title, that should be top 5 countries by medals. So we can rename this as top 5 countries by medals like this. And we need to also make the change on the background color of this, so we can make it as gray like this. Last thing that we need to make the change on this, like the background color of this, so the background color that should be gray as well. So now it looks good and we are having all these values. But one thing that you can notice, we are not going to see the country, and we are also not going to see the values. So go to on the data label and try to on that. Go to on the data label. So we wanna on the data label, and here in the display unit that should be none, so we'll see exact value. Now in the category we need to on that, so now we can see like United States and what is the value of that and other things. Last thing that we can notice here, we need to make the change about the color. So go to on the format again, and here go to the data color. So here for the Germany, for this, so we have all these. So go to on the advanced control. We don't want to see the values like this, so in the advanced control we need to wait few seconds. So here we can see the lowest value. So in the lowest value we want to see that is red. In the highest value we want to see that as green, 008000. So this is for the green, and we are having the diverging color, so that should be yellow, I guess, like that. Or we can click on OK. So these colors will be changed like this, so that looks good. After that we have done about this. Next thing that go to on the existing one, and here we can see gender and country wise medal count like that, and sport wise medal count. So let me use these two visualizations. So go to on the training one. So first of all let me try to use the column chart. So we can use the column chart, this one, put it below of that, and make it little bit bigger and try to increase the size from the right side as well, like this. And here let me try to increase the size of this as well. In the axis we want to see the country names, so that should be team, so we can drag and drop the team here. And in the values we want to see the count of the medal, so try to drag and drop the medal, and this is the count of the medal. So here we can see, as we have selected for France, so it is highlighted. Now we need to unselect this. So now we can see the values for United States and other countries. Now go to on the format of this and try to do the formatting. So first thing that you can see below, we are having the team, then here count of the medals, so we don't want to see these two. So how we can make the change? Go to on the x-axis, and here we have the option for the title, so we need to off that. After that, go to on the y-axis. We don't want to see the title in the y-axis as well, so we can off this title, so like this. So we are having the value. And the last thing, we can change the data color. So go to on the data color. Here again we can see the default color, so we can see this effects, so we can click on this effects. Again here go to on the lowest value. So in the lowest value we want to see as red, in the highest value we want to see as green, diverging color that should be yellow, I guess. So we can select yellow and click on OK. So it will be changed according to that. Here we can see the count of the teams, and we are having this, so we don't want to see this in the visualization. So how we can off that? So here we can see we are having the legend, so we can off that legend, so that will be gone. Now the last thing that is remaining in this, the title and the background color. So go to the title of this, and instead of this we want to see country wise medal count, so we can call this as country wise medal count. And in the font color, that should be black, that is perfect. In the background color, that should be gray color. And go to on the background color of this visualization, that should be gray color, and let me use the transparency around 80%. Now this looks good. Next thing that we need to use a matrix. So let me have a matrix, and on the matrix that should be on the right side of the column chart, and let me increase the size like this and like that. So in the rows we want to see the sports, so we can directly drag and drop the sport on the rows. And in the columns we want to see the medals like gold, silver or bronze, so we can see the bronze, gold, Na and silver. So we are seeing all these, but I guess we have applied the filter for the Na only, so that is not available over here. So let me try to add the filter on this page, and here we need to select everything except Na. So Na should not be here. As we can see, Na is not available now. Now in the values we want to see the count, so we can use the ID and try to drag and drop in the values, and let me use as count as it already has. Now it looks good. Next thing that we need to take care on this, go to on the format, go to on the style, let me use the bold header. So now we can see this. After that we need to use the title of this matrix. So go to the title, and on the title, and here we want to see the sports wise medal count. So let me call this as sport wise medal count. Now here on the font color, that should be black, in the background color that should be gray color, I guess. That looks good. And here go to on the background color of this visualization, that will be gray color. Now it looks good. And we can also little bit adjust this, we can make it a little bit smaller, and here we can adjust like that. Now it looks good. Now the last thing of the visualization which is remaining, this table, which is the player wise medal count. So let me use that as well. Let me use the matrix, and here let me increase this like that. After that, here in the rows we want to see the player, so we should see the name, so we can directly drag and drop the name in the rows. And in the columns we want to see the medal, so we can drag and drop that over here. In the values, again we can drag and drop the IDs, and it should be the count, so we can see its count. That looks good. Now we need to do the formatting of this, so go to on the format, and here we can see we are having this style. We can make it as bold header. So now here, as we can see, if anyone is not having any medals for any particular category for the bronze, gold or silver, then we can see we are having the blanks. So we don't want to see the blank. Instead of the blank, we want to see the zero. So how we can do that? So for that, we need to create 3 more columns in this table for the gold, silver and bronze, and on that we can check the values. If gold, then 1, otherwise 0. So how we can do that? Go to on the data, and here let me select the table. Now let me add a column, so we can directly click on new column. So in this column, let me call this as gold, and here we need to check if the value of the medal, that is gold, then 1, otherwise 0. Now we can close the bracket and put the enter. So this new column will be going to indicate 0 and 1. If gold, then 1, otherwise 0. Now let me copy this and try to add one more column, and this time it should be the second one, that will be the silver. Now we can paste this. Let me rename this, and it should be silver, and here we need to check if the value is silver, then 1, otherwise 0. So now we can put enter. Now let me add third column, so we can click on the new column and paste it, and this should be for the bronze, so we can rename this as bronze, and here we need to check instead of the silver, it should be bronze. If this value, then 1, otherwise 0. Now we need to wait few seconds. So here we have added that column. Go to on the report view, and here instead of using this, now we need to remove all these like ID and columns. So we can see this. Now we should have 3 columns in the values. So first of all, let me have the gold. Second, we need to drag and drop the silver, and third, that should be the bronze. Here we can see it should be sum, so it is sum, that is good. Second sum, then again sum. So we can see all these, but here we are not going to see the total. What will be the total, like gold plus silver plus bronze? So how we can do that? Go to on the data again, and here let me add one more column, and this time we need to add gold, silver and bronze values on that column, and that will be the total medals. So let me call this as total, and it will be going to add gold, silver and bronze. We can put enter, so that column will be here. Now go to on the report view and try to drag and drop that total column in the values. So now we can see we are having this. Now it looks good. The only thing that we need to do the formatting of that. So how we can do that? So go to on the format, and here go to on the row headers. Instead of black, we need to have the orange. So FF6600. The font color, that is white, that looks good. Now go to on the column header. In the column header, instead of this, let me have the dark blue, I guess. so that will be good. Now we need to increase the size of this little bit, so go to on the values, and here let me try to increase the size of this text, so we can use as 11, and we can also change the font family as Arial. Now in the header we can also make the change, so go to on the grid, and in the grid let me increase the size of this as 11. So now we can see it looks good. So now we have done all these visualizations except the 3 cards for the youngest medalist. So go to on the existing one, and here we can see the youngest medalist and the total medal and the age. So these 3 cards that we need to use. So we need to have 3 measures for calculating this. So how we can do that? Now go to on the training one. Let me add a new measure, so we can click on that, and this will be the youngest medalist name. So we need to wait few seconds. Now let me try to rename this as young player. Now here let me use the calculate. After that either you can use the min or you can use the max function, and here we need to use the name, and let me close the bracket for the max, let me put comma, and here we need to do the filter, and we need to specify the table name. So this is the table name, put comma, then the filter expression. So in the filter expression the age that should be equals to minimum age. So we can use this formula to calculate the young player name. So we need to wait few seconds. Now we need to put it little bit on the top side to make the space, and little bit this season as well. Now let me add a card over here, so we can click on the card and make it smaller like this, and put below of the season slicer like that. After that in the fields we need to drag and drop the name, the measure that we have created. So here we can see the young player, so we can drag and drop it here, so we can see this. Now let me try to do the formatting of this. First of all go to on the data label, and the size that should be 25, it is bigger, so let me use this as 20. That looks good, or we can also make it as 15. Now in the font family that should be Arial. Next go to on the category, we don't want to see the category, we want to see the title. So in the title we can call this as youngest medalist, so we can use this as youngest medalist. Now in the font color that is white I guess, and in the background color that should be orange. Now it looks good, and we need to change the background color of this. So how we can do that? So for that go to on the background color, and here we can use any color as per our requirement like this. We can also change the font color, that should be white. Now it looks good, and we can decrease the size like that. Now this is the youngest medalist. Next we need to calculate 2 more measures. First will be the total number of medals for this, and second will be the age. So how we can do that? So for that go to on the new measure, and here we need to calculate the total number of measures first and then the age. So we need to wait few seconds. Here let me call this as total medal and put it as youngest. Let me use the calculate function again, and here let me use the count, and here we can count the ID. We need to close the bracket, then put comma. Here we can use the filter expression, filter, then the table. So we can specify the table name. After that we need to specify the filter expression, that is always age should be minimum of age, and we can close the brackets, put enter. So this will have the total medal for the youngest player. Now let me add one more card here and make it smaller like that, and put it on the left side and make it smaller like that. Now here we can try to drag and drop this total medal. This is one, that is good. After that, go here, we don't want to see the category. In the data label it should be 25, that looks good. After that, go to on the title. So in the title we need to call this as total medal. Now font color, that should be white I guess, and the background color, that should be gray. So this is very light, let me, so in the title the font color, that should be white, and in the background color let me have the this color. And we can copy and paste one more time. So this will be the age. So again we need to create one more measure. So first of all, go to on the total medal for the youngest player. Let me copy this formula and add a new measure. Let me try to paste what we have copied, and here instead of the total medal it should be the age. Now everything will be same except this count. Here we can use the max, then age, we can close the bracket and put enter. So here everything is perfect. Now we need to wait few seconds. Now here we should have the age young, so we can drag and drop that measure in this card. So we can try to drag and drop this age young over here, and the age, that should be 10. So as we can see, this 10. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any doubt, so you can drop your questions or your doubts in the comment box, so I will try to respond. And if you have any projects that you want to share with us, so you can also share that. And the source of this dashboard will be available on the description of this video. So I'll provide the Google Drive link, so you can directly go and download the source and you can start the practice. So thank you so much for watching this video again, and please do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you will never miss any newly uploaded videos